Okay, well, here we are, me and my little buddy, Chubby. I haven't done any videos for about a week. I've been busy working on my yard and trying to clean up around here, and I haven't gotten back to the computer. But I did do some today. I'll show you what I've done. We're getting closer. I'm getting stuff ready to go on this. But my main problem is my eyesight. I basically am blind in one eye, and the other one I had laser surgery done because about 2.5, 3 years ago, I fell and hit my head on the ice when I was shoveling snow in my driveway and knocked myself out. When I woke up, I had blood in my eyeballs. And then I went to the ER, and ER said, well, they did a CAT scan, and good news was I didn't crack my skull. But they said there was something funny in my eyes, so they sent me to an eye specialist, and they went ahead, and one guy looked at it, and he says, I don't know. I said, that doesn't look too good. So he sent me to another specialist they had there, who was a specialist in laser surgery. And he looked at it, and he started looking around. He said, yeah, you've got 2 tears around your retina on one side. And so falling down ripped that. And then so I had laser surgery done that day. And then I went back in 2 weeks later for a recheck. When I went back in for a recheck, my retina had ripped. I had 2 more tears on the opposite side of the retina. So I said, is this normal? He says, no, apparently you have a weak retina. I said, okay. So as it is, I am blind in one eye, and the other one has been lasered 4 times already. And now I have something that are known as floaters in my eyeball, and those floaters tend to block out my vision every so often. So I'll try looking at something, and all of a sudden a floater coming away and just fuzz my vision out completely. I can't see. So that's the problem I'm having with working on this computer, because the printing and writing is so small, it's hard enough for me to see as it is, and then to do this, I mean, I don't know. So anyhow, I'll show you how far I've gotten, and I've done a few things that well, I'll explain as I go. But right now, I'll get this dog off of me. Oh. And I'll move my camera over. And I gotta move my chair out of the way. All right. Now, well, I did figure out how to hook up the digital drive. That's my solid state drive, I should say. So figure out how that's supposed to go. I was just doing this just to make sure I knew where the connections were and where they went. As you can see, I needed a lot of light here, so I don't know if we can get in there or not. But as it is, I've made the main connections on the board. The motherboard is screwed down inside there. As you're looking at the fan for the CPU. Now on this, I've had to go ahead, and there was another fan. Get stuff in the way here. There was another fan right here at the back. Okay, so that would have blocked air from the CPU itself, from this fan. So I took that fan, relocated it to another spot underneath, because there is another place with holes where they said another fan could be mounted. Actually, there's a couple places in this thing. So right now, as it is, I have a fan in front, I have a fan in the bottom, and I have this fan here. So the way it is, it's going to be pulling in cool air from the back here, blowing it out that way, and then from the bottom, it'll be blowing air through. So basically, you're going to have like a vortex in here of air blowing around inside the computer. So I'm pretty sure it'll cool things off. I had the guy I bought this from, he said that you know, I should relocate the cooling fan, put it on the opposite side, so it'll be sucking air in and going out the back. Well, that's very well and good. The only problem with that was, if I were to move it over, look what'll happen. I'll lose another slot. I won't be able to use the both memory slots. So I don't want to do that. So that's why I came up with the other idea of relocating the other fan. And I have hooked up at the main power in the board. That's hooked up. I've hooked up connections for the fan and the main. Well, actually, here I have the USB port. That's hooked up on that side, and I have another one over here, which is, I forget, I think it's audio or something. The ribbon connector goes to. And but these are the other ones I have to hook up. These are the front controls for the wiring. That's got to go in this board somewhere, and that's the problem I'm having, because I can't really distinguish them really well on this board. Oh, I'm running into stuff here. Okay, and even with light makes it hard, even harder. See, I can't even zero in good enough to see. I think they go in here, but somewhere in there. So I have to decipher that on that part of the board yet. And the other thing I did do was I made a Windows 10 flash drive, actually. So that's ready to go. Like I said, I do have more memory also to go in there. But yeah, it's coming together kind of slow. Just making sure everything's oriented right, and then of course I have to go ahead and I've got to screw that in, I've got to screw the other hard drive in, and the DVD drive, and the dog's barking for some reason, I don't know why. What are you barking for? What? This dog, I tell you, can't do anything with him around. What do you want? What? What are you barking for? You want to go outside? Oh, sure. Let's go outside. Oh, we're dancing around, going crazy. What? What? What are you dancing around for? Wow, you don't know. What? What? All right. You can see my backyard is perfectly green. They didn't like my front yard for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll take a real quick run out there in front and I'll show you. Still on this thing. We're gonna run through the house. And yes, I have old carpet on here now, on the wood floor, and carpet back there. But no, dog, you stay out there. Stay there. I'm just gonna do a run through in the front yard. It's hot out here today. It's crazy. No wind blowing either. But yes, my front yard actually was a little browner before. We got dogs everywhere around this place. But it wasn't really brown or dead. It was just, it's green, but I had some other spots here that weren't growing very well. I've redone the whole thing all myself because I couldn't find any contractors, any landscaping contractors. So, well, there's the mailman. And over here, this is only half my gutter strip is mine. This other half over here is mine. So as you can see, I pretty much, my yard is actually greener than anybody else's. Anyhow, and it wasn't before, but I mean it's been green, but oh well. Anyhow, and that's pretty much the way it is. See my dog. Chubby! Run, Chubby, run! Yeah, right. Oh, shush. Ah. What are you barking at? He just barks to bark, I think. Oh well, bye for now.